AI, the country's economy can be leapfrogged and accelerate businesses and communities to thrive in the digital age. An AI expert, Mr. Siphiwe Mabusela, joins us in studio as we explore how AI can be leveraged to transform business, education, healthcare, and other sectors of this economy. Right, Siphiwe, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to Botswana Critics.
Thank you for hosting me.
Right. Siphiwe, let's just kick things off here. If you could just give us a much broader understanding, or rather unpack AI for the understanding, for the benefit of those that are not in the know of what AI is and how vast it is.
Awesome.
Or the system or the technology. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't really like saying AI and not including all these other technologies that come with all this digital transformation that is currently taking place, because we can unpack it into different categories.
Right.
Which is, I'll give you a practical example on the Internet of Things.
Mm-hmm.
Internet of Things, we have done something on the Internet of Things, a device that helps you check how much gas you have in a cylinder, of which now this is in the same a digital transformation space, right, which people sometimes, they say AI, we're talking of mobile applications that can scan your ingredients and then they can generate a recipe for you. Some people think AI maybe is the ChatGPTs and your Gemini, where you do the prompting, etc.
Right.
But it goes beyond that. Even when we broaden it further, we go into robotics, where you have your robots serving in restaurants, robots working in the industry, robots in the mining sector, and etc. etc. So it's a very big industry. It's a very, very big term, yeah.
The capability of computational systems to perform typical tasks associated with human intelligence is a definition that I came across regarding AI. But you just gave me a rather interesting perspective of now how to view that. And a lot of us, like you said, ChatGPT, one would say AI this, and then robotics and the like. But what's the perception, though, surrounding AI that is quite common, that you've actually quite sort of noticed?
Okay, people are worried. People are worried about their jobs.
Should they be worried? But go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. No, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
People are worried about their jobs, okay, and people are starting to, some are excited. They're saying, oh, now our work is becoming more easy. Yeah. Now my essays, I can just, with the sentence of a prompt, I can get my essay summarized. I can get my emails written in a very more professional way. I can get a couple of things done in a very short space of time. I can generate images. Some are generating art whereby it used to take like days and weeks, right, to make, So yeah, so we have some happy, some unhappy.
Right. I like that you're breaking it down in that way. Now, you mentioned something quite interesting. You can have your essay written for you. Doesn't that now pose a bit of a danger in that we then become a bit too dependent, and we don't now want to apply our minds anymore to say, right, Joey, please go write me an essay on AI, and I just simply go to ChatGPT and say, what is AI? Give me an essay in AI. Isn't that a bad thing?
It is indeed. So I'm going to break it down.
Please do.
Further. So now, look, I'll give you an example.
Right.
So these models were trained on data that is not related to, number one, our African data, whereby I'll give you an example now.
Yeah.
These models, they don't understand our culture as African people. Mm-hmm. These models, they don't understand our history. The only data that they were trained on is the data that is publicly available on the internet. There is no consultation, there is no involvement of our people. That's why when you look at Europe now, Europe has started building their own AI models. Mm-hmm. Look at China, has built their AI models. Mm-hmm. And now I can tell you, if you connected to the internet, even the viewer at home, these AI models are censored to send a certain narrative For instance, if you go now on on DeepSeek,
yes,
and ask DeepSeek, who is the president of Taiwan?
Right.
It's going to tell you it's out of its scope. Why? Because it was trained and it's pushed. There is a particular narrative that has been pushed there. So meaning that if now you shy away from doing your work and start to use and be dependent on AI,
right,
you're going to lose a lot. So you lose the context. So people are starting to get lazy to research and to get the right proper knowledge. And because now most of these things are on, most of the information is on offline than online. And those models are dependent on the data that they gather online.
Wow, you see, now when you really put it like that, then we need to sort of kind of up our game in as far as utilizing these different AI affiliated, how do you say this in your term, parts of the internet or whatever you guys call it. But let me bring it home, right? In your view, how is the uptake though in Botswana as far as AI is concerned?
Okay, we have been talking to different, we've been talking to people from different industries. In the education sector, I can tell you AI is affecting our students at highest level, because now students have started getting so lazy. They're no longer doing work, and they're no longer applying their creativity and their human intelligence into achieving their educational goals, and of which now it's making them lazy, it's making them more dumb, it's making them more machine, and the machines are now getting more human.
Yes, right.
So we have answered that question by building an AI assistant for the education sector, which then helps students not only get dependent on the AI assistant, but learn alongside an AI assistant, because it's just like the internet.
How does it work, the AI assistance?
Okay, great.
Yes, yes.
So the AI assistant, number one, you can follow a curriculum-based learning path, or you can follow a self-paced learning path, or you can prompt it general educational prompts that are related to what information that is loaded on. I'll give you an example. Let's say we're working with College XYZ, and then they give us their curriculum, or they load their curriculum on the assistant. Yes.
Right.
Then now students can now learn any of the subjects that are loaded on the system. Then they can now interact the same way how they interact with your ChatGPTs, your Perplexity, your Gemini, etc., your DeepSeek. They can now interact with that bot to learn, and that bot creates and goes in accordance to their pace, because it prompts some questions alongside to understand whether the user or the student is getting the topic, how far are they understanding the topic.
That is very, very, very thoughtful. Now, you know, you mentioned something quite interesting, and you guys are trying to remedy the situation by developing AI assistants, right? And this is the fact that students are becoming too lazy to even think. And is there anything in place that perhaps can be used to tell that this particular student's answer here has AI written all over it, or has ChatGPT written all over it?
It's easy.
Really? Oh, I thought it was going to be difficult. Go ahead. Break it down.
Easy. Even though, because now back then we used to use machines for testing plagiarism, etc.
Yes.
But machine language, like, it's very ezy. You can tell when a story is written by a machine and a story that is written by a human. You know, so I was watching something on the internet. Well, I saw some minister here in Africa. Actually, when they asked him a question, he prompted on ChatGPT and read the response just the way exactly. You see,
goodness.
So of which now I can say that also these models are causing a lot of cybersecurity dangers, which means that I'll give an example.
Yes.
You upload your company information, right? Some documents, let's say a profile with sensitive data, and then you say, no, now I want the AI to help me summarize this. I want AI, I want to interact with the document, etc., to save time.
Right.
But what I can tell you now is, once you have uploaded it to that model, to ChatGPT, for example, I can still, from anywhere in the world, anybody who is using that same model can interact with your information. So basically now your information is being uploaded to the public internet.
Sure.
You see, so that's why it's very wise. Like what we have done also, we have we're now tailoring these assistants per company, for the corporate space, to say that, guys, okay, here is something, it can analyze your documents, etc., but on a safe environment, not on the public internet.
And that's actually was going to be the question I was going to ask about the dangers of utilizing these AI related services, for argument's sake. And you mentioned that one because we're quite I'll say naive a little bit in that we just upload everything and we leave that digital footprint, and later on, I start losing money from my account, and somebody has duplicated me. Now I'm under arrest for something that I didn't commit because a certain document of mine was actually found somewhere. It's an interesting challenge, actually, but I want to put this to you. People are a bit reluctant to embrace AI. You mentioned that people may assume that the computer is going to replace them and their jobs are going to be taken. What assurance can you perhaps be given to prove that AI really has a good part of it, and that people should not be too worried? I mean, you mentioned something very interesting there, but you also offered a solution to say you can actually upload your stuff on a safe space.
Yeah.
Give us more surety with regard to the usage of AI, and guarantee that, you're not necessarily going to lose your job. You're probably going to have your job being done for you a lot easier to allow for you to do something else. Go ahead.
Excellent. I will talk about software developers.
Right.
We have a lot of students that are pursuing that career path in most of our universities here in Botswana. I would like to assure them, I saw an article this morning saying, Sam Altman saying that by the end of the year, about 90% of code on the internet will be written by AI. And I want to assure them that vibe coding is not the thing, and I want to warn them, if they try to write programs using AI, they will get dumb, and before they know, they won't be able to do anything. They won't be relevant, because there are a lot of jobs that are coming in, and software development is not going anywhere. They must be rest assured, it's not going anywhere. In as much as these models are being built, solutions are being built, I'll just give an example. Like now, smart cities.
Yes.
Let's say now we have a lot of work to do, just like here in Habron, right? Yeah. Infrastructural development is going to create enormous number of jobs. We're talking our roads, we're talking our road signs, smart road signs, we're talking charging stations for the electrical vehicles, we're talking a lot of things like cybersecurity. Now we need to police these AI agents. We need to now police these robots.
Yeah.
So there is a lot to be achieved. There are a lot of jobs that are going to be created and that are going to be saved. Though there are jobs that are going. I'll give you examples.
Yeah, I was going to say, which job is mine going? Go ahead.
Your job is here to stay.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So I'll give you an example. Like in the hospitality sector, waiters, sooner or later they are going. We have built a robot that serves food in restaurants and in hotels, but currently we're selling it in Hong Kong and in the UAE.
Wow. Wow. Go ahead. Yeah.
You see, so human interference in such places is going to be reduced.
Tellers and banks likely to?
They are going. We're talking of mine workers are going because now we want our people to be safe. in as much as we are building all these technologies, so now to keep our people safe, we're going to send robots. Already in some countries, robots are starting to do the tasks that our miners are currently doing. We're talking of agriculture, the agriculture sector. We have a lot of machines now that are doing the work that humans have been doing. Just take it a little bit back in the Stone Age, how farming was done, crop production. And as you come closer to where we are now,
the evolution.
Yeah.
Right,
so from now, it's robots that are going to be doing that work. So just one person will be controlling and adding some few prompts, and then the work is going to be done just like that. So now, what am I saying? Those guys, now, they're going to still have jobs to do. They must start to upskill themselves, get into the technology sector. So in the tech sector is here to stay, and it's going to grow enormously. This is the time where we need our policymakers to open their eyes and to start these discussions to say, how do we now tailor our policies to embrace this age that we're getting into? Because if we relax too much, what's going to happen to us is that we will find our people jobless, and it's going to be a crisis indeed, because we're going to import these robots from elsewhere. We're going to import all these solutions. Like as we speak now, most of these solutions are not African, you know. So it raises a danger to our society as well.
Right, Siphiwe, as a way of wrapping up our conversation, you've got an AI Digital Shift conference that you are hosting. Please quickly just update us on that.
We'll be engaging much on AI, and we'll be showcasing much of our products that we have built on AI. We'll be hosting a conference on AI and digital transformation on the 14th of May at Aquarian Tide here in Habron, 2025. And we are not talkers, we're not evangelists on the AI space. We are builders, we are actively involved. If people want to see some of our products, they are available on the internet. They can check with regards to the AI Digital Shift conference. You can check it on aidigitalshift.co.bw. And then if people want to know more and follow us, we are running an AI Robotics Academy. It's simple. Just go on siphiwemabusela.com. You're going to get more information.
Siphiwe Mabusela, thank you so much for joining me this morning to have a chat about AI. Thanks so much, and I will see you at the conference.
Awesome.
Right. And that's how we end that discussion. I was talking to Siphiwe Mabusela. He's an AI expert. And we're just basically, you know, just giving us the basics to understand AI and just to unpack and actually give surety that, you know what, AI is not here to take your job, so calm down. Nonetheless, let's continue. The 11 o'clock Sona Bulletin follows next.
We cannot ignore the growing pressures of our wildlife faces due to the factors such as climate change and rapid population growth, amongst others.